Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be doing 2-point perspective using Kleki.com. So we're going to start by autofilling our picture. And then I'm going to come up here and grab the line and switch over to a green for the ground. Now I want to get my cursor over as far as it'll go to the left. I'm going to take it across as far as it'll go. Well, not as far, but past the gray. And drop it. Then pick up the fill and then fill that space. So easy way to get your ground filled in. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and put some clouds in now, just to add a little bit of ambiance to your picture. So I have it on the chalk. I'm just going to put some clouds up in my sky. Nothing too fancy. I don't want to spend too much time on this. This is not the major important part of the project today. We are going to be working with 2-point. Now, if you haven't watched the video on 1-point, you might want to go back and do that first. Although I have had students in the past say that they felt like 2-point perspective was easier than 1-point. So, I don't know. That is kind of a personal opinion. So, some people do, some people don't. So I switched over to the blending. I'm just going to kind of fuzz out my edges a little bit of my clouds so they look more wispy and cloud-like. Not so heavy in the sky. There we go. Now, I'm going to select, I got to go back to my tools, select the solid line. Now I'm going to go ahead and use white just so that I can see it. I'm going to put it on one side and then the other side. Then I'm going to go back, grab my line tool. I'm going to switch over to a gray. I'm going to draw a vertical line. This is a corner of a building, okay? So we're starting with the corner. With 1-point, we started with like a side, and we did a regular rectangle. This one, we're going to be starting with the corner using a line. Now, with 2-point perspective, anything on the right side goes to the right. Anything on the left side goes to the left. So what we can do is go all the way to our point. All the way to our point. Now, these are not connected right here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's not connected. So if I went to fill that, it would probably turn the whole ground gray. So I went back and made another line. Hopefully that is connected. And then I'm going to end my building right here. Go to fill. Oops, that's brush. That's text. There we go. Fill, fill. Now I have a little bit of the horizon line there. I can just go pick up my brush tool and get rid of those. So this is one side of my building. Now, if you did watch the 1-point perspective, you know that we just pick up the color and kind of erase the excess line that we don't need. Right click to get the green. Now I'm not trying to get rid of the point. I'm just getting rid of the line that goes to the point. Ta-da! So now we have a wall that's just freestanding in the middle of nowhere. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to pick up a little bit of a darker gray this time. I'm going to go back to my line. So I got to go to shapes, pick up the line, start up here at the corner, go to the point. The point of the point is to go to the point. And then go straight down. Now that is not connected either. So if you ever have problems filling with the color just bleeding out everywhere, it's because you did not connect. And I'm not totally sure I connected here. Oh, I did. Yay! I wasn't sure if I did. Then I picked up a tool, and I'm going to get rid of that line. Right click to get the blue. Right click to get the green. Now, if you want, and you can kind of see that three-dimensional nature right here of the cube that we just created for the building. If you want, you could always start with doing like the sidewalk and road. I like to start with the building and then add those things in, but it's really personal preference. All right. So I'm going to go back to my point. Whoa, and I'm using the wrong tool. All right, go to shapes, pick up the line, go back to my point, and I'm going to go to the corner of my building, go back to my point, make a second line. This is my sidewalk that I am currently creating. And it doesn't connect. So if I fill that, we will, yeah, we'll have a big old blab. Let's see. Let's see if it'll blob. Oh, it didn't. Wow. I'm amazed. I really thought it would. All right, so I have a sidewalk. If I want to add in a road, go back to the line, select a dark color, black, or like a dark gray. And I'm going to go right along my sidewalk line. I'm going to come over here, do the same on this side. Now you notice I am crisscrossing. If you have ever seen the corner of two streets coming together, there's usually a crosswalk. Let's see, get a little bigger there. And here as well. Then I will go back and get my fill. Let's see. Ooh, that worked. Fill, fill, fill. So I have my road. Now, if you want to go ahead and do a sidewalk on this side, you can. You do not have to. Now, this is great, super cool. But if I want to add another building in, I need to come back to my line tool. I want to go up from the sidewalk. I'm going to make it a little bit taller. So remember the point of the point is go to the point. Now, I already know that this line right here is going to be the bottom of my building. So I just need to do the other vertical line here. And then on this side, what you do is go to the point. Because remember, the point of the point is to go to the point. I know that looks a little bit crazy. Now, if you're using a ruler with paper, it might not kind of come across that crazy. But right now it looks a little crazy because we're drawing right through a building. Why are we drawing through a building? All right, so then I need to do some erasing. Grab the blue. Oops. Get the paintbrush. You can make a whole city street doing this. Now, you could try eyeballing it so you don't have to draw through your buildings. The only problem with eyeballing it is that sometimes we can't trust our eyeballs. Sometimes when we're doing this, if we're just trying to guess at it, it's not going to work. We're going to be too far off, and then our building is going to look like it's going to collapse, which would be bad. All right, grab this side of gray. All right. Now, let's see if I can fill this without filling the whole screen. Okay. Not what I want to do. Get a darker gray. All right. There we go. Ooh, it worked. Whew. That was close. I was going to fill the whole thing. I'm going to grab a lighter gray. Oh, yay, it worked. Now, do you see the little green space right here? Now, technically, I don't know if there would be grass growing in between two buildings like this. I guess it's possible. But that leaves like an alley between the two buildings. Now, buildings can, in a city, touch one another. They sometimes connect the buildings, but sometimes there are alleyways in between. So that could just be an alleyway. I'm going to grab my paintbrush and get rid of some of... Okay, so this is a little crooked crazy. Probably when I was making my vertical line, it wasn't super duper vertical. So what I'm going to do is grab that color, go back to my shapes, my line, come right along, and go down just to smooth out that edge. So anytime that your edge is a little crooked like that, you can also like widen your line just a smidge. Like that. And it'll clean up that edge if your edge is messy. All right, because that does happen. Like when I was erasing the line, like here you can tell it's a little messy. So I'm gonna redraw that line. Ta-da! So I've got two buildings. I could put another one right here, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll let you guys have the fun. You can add doors and windows just like I showed you last time by going to the point, drawing your line, and then erasing the extra lines. But you got to go to the point. The point of the point is to go to the point. So if you're going to be drawing the doors and the windows, just make sure that you're using your point appropriately. Oops. Go back. Thank goodness for that back button. All right. And then you can just fill that in. Let's see if this will fill in everything. Yep. I knew it. I didn't go all the way down to make my line. I could see it. So I'm going to go to the paintbrush, and now just use my paintbrush and fill in my space that way. Darken my color. All right. So I'd love to see you make at least 2 buildings, but if you want to make more, I would love to see that as well. So this is 2-point perspective, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Don't forget, hit the blue arrow pointing to the blue line to save your image, and then upload it to Schoology. Have a great day.